Up and running. Morning, people. Up early. Richard, how you doing, man? You okay?
Rubbing my eyes, but rubbing my hands as well in anticipation. The events have begun.
Yeah, world indoors. So far we've had what? The Heptathlon, the 60 meters. All right, just give them a quick run through of what we've seen so far while I take care of these things in the background.
No problem at all. Well, Belgrade, Serbia have welcomed some of the cream of the indoor talent available across the world, and Jamaica have just been represented in the 60 meters women's heats, where it's a situation where there's six heats. The first three in each heat go through, plus the two fastest losers. So there will actually be three semi-finals after the initial six heats. We've had
Okay.
60, yes, we've had the 60-meter favorite, Svoboda from Poland, run. I say run, she looked like she was strolling through to a
Yeah.
7.10 reading to win her heat. We've also had the Americans, two Americans, very good. Briscoe,
Yeah. Briscoe ran a
7.04.
PB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, looking very good first time out. The question for someone like her, clearly the flight from America to Europe has done her good, and she's arrived in fine fettle. The question is, on the big stage, has she ran her best race too soon? That's what's going through my mind. Two more runs that she's got. She needs to have her
Yeah.
best run in her legs. So look out for the times and if she gets faster or a little bit slower. We just had Sharika Jackson make an appearance, and she came second to Britain's Daryl Neater, who
Yeah.
has been spoken up big time over here. They fancy her for a medal shot, though the commentator, Scottish commentator, fantastic commentator, Andrew Cotter, is
Yeah.
saying, be careful, just be careful and take a deep breath because there's some quite fast sprinters here on show. The depth is strong. So let's just temper the anticipation. And right now, it's
Yeah.
Brianna Williams as we
On
speak.
track. On
On
track.
track and looking strong, looking handy. Just took that one. Did you see that one?
No, I'm about a minute behind you. They're still
Uh,
getting in their blocks now. What was her timing?
all right, if you want the time in, it was a 7:07, and she looks so cute.
Ooh.
Looks
Ooh.
so cute.
Ooh.
7.07. Oh, you like the sound of that?
No, it's the ooh is because she's already lowering from the 709 to the 707.
Oh, you remember that they've just flashed up a big personal best, and I think it's been
Yeah.
rounded down, Primo. You're going to be even happier. I won't say anything, but watch the race and you'll
Okay.
see.
I've just saw it. Very commanding.
That's
Very
the word.
commanding there.
I tell you,
I'm
it
already
looks like
smiling.
they've come to run. They've come to run, and
Yeah.
she looks control. I must say, I do like. I may have an apology to make, Primo. I
Yeah.
may have an apology to make because Brianna, as you know, in our lead up talk, I was
It's,
suggesting that.
it's proving you wrong.
Ah, yeah, it's early for you, but your brain's sharp as a
Yeah.
pin. Yes, sir.
Yes.
But well, she's looking in terrific form again. I'm gonna
Yeah.
temper by saying this is the first round. Svoboda eased to a
Yeah.
7.10, eased herself. Look at Brett.
I'm
My
still haven't
goodness.
seen her time, you know. What's the time in rounded down to?
7.06 is what I've had it rounded down to. And I tell you what, they're looking at her facial expressions here. Oh, there's a big smile as she crossed the line. I think she saw the time and
Yeah.
the nature of that run. She was delighted. She was delighted. And then she settled down. She really
Yeah.
delighted that she went through the line, saw the
Yeah.
time, and then cool again. So I think Mr. Atto Bolden is Atto Bolden her trainer or
Yeah.
coach?
Yeah.
He'll be delighted, and I think that would hold her in very good stead, having someone such as Atto with his vast experience. 7.06. The rest were also ran. The Pole came second.
Yeah.
Britain's second entry, Cheyenne Evans Gray, uh, didn't make it. I don't think she'll make one of the fastest losers. Oh no! Whoa, my apologies. In
Yeah.
these heats, it's the first three that go through.
Yeah.
Each heat, yes, the
Yeah.
first three. So she made it through, and then they'll be looking to see now the heats have been completed if and who are the final two fastest
Yeah.
losers. So they've got to consider them.
706 followed by the pole.
She won't feature, but
Yeah,
yes, she's a long
yeah.
way. Those are the guys who will get cut. Those are the ladies who will get cut from the when the semi-finals take place because it's only the top two.
That's your prediction.
Oh yeah, oh you mean you laugh again? Wait, look here. Let's be
No,
crystal
man.
clear.
You're like they're going to get cut.
Oh yes, that poll without question or hesitation. She
Mm,
did not feature. They're watching a rerun of Nita and Sharika.
yeah,
Sharika's powerful, but you can see clearly. You should be surprised if Brianna
yeah,
doesn't finish ahead of Sharika. I think Sharika, looking at her body language, looking at how she's conducting herself, she
yeah,
is. Remember, she came from 400.
yeah.
And this
Definitely.
60 is a massive. I mean, that would be something that I'd be emphasizing to audiences across the world. She was a
Yeah,
400-meter runner, and she's gotten now down to competing in the 60. But really, her power
yeah,
events is the 100 and particularly the 200, where of course she famously or infamously cruised in and cruised a
yeah,
little too much and missed the qualification berth in Tokyo. So she'll be seeking to make amends at Eugene in the longer event. But this is the shorter event, and I think Brianna, I will agree with you. She looks better at the 60 meters, and I don't expect Sharika to finish ahead of Brianna in the shake-up. But she'll be pushing for a final spot. I think both
yeah,
Jamaicans are pushing for a potential final spot come the semi-finals, depending on how strong the semi-finals are, of course, because it's only the
yeah,
first two that go through, plus the two fastest losers. She's going to be in with a shout. Two Jamaicans fancy to make the finals, with Brianna looking the best of our dynamic duo. What
yeah.
say you?
She has that 706 new PB. Going into what you said. How many semis they
There's
have?
three semis.
Four,
Three semis.
three. Okay.
Yeah.
She what? She had the second fastest race.
I think that yes, second fastest behind the
Yeah,
American. Yes,
Briscoe looked really good as well. She ran. What was her time again?
7:04, I believe. 7:04.
Yeah, yeah,
She
and
looked good. She
San
looked good.
Price,
Strong, fresh, young. Sam
San
Price,
Price in the first heat.
yeah, she opened proceedings. Looked good. I think it was a 7:09. I think she ran 7:09. Looked strong.
Yeah,
She's got a very interesting start, very unusual start, but very strong thighs and powerful. The further the race goes on, you can see the
yeah,
thighs and the power come through that she separates from most of the athletes. But
yeah,
it's going to be it's going to be a high quality event. And Svoboda, I think she's aware the way she's conducting herself. I think
yeah,
she's very aware that she's the favorite for the event, and it's a question of will she go to the prima donna route, or will
uh,
she stick with focusing on what she has to do, the job in front of her, which is running to the best of her ability, maintaining her
yeah,
coolness, her composure, and producing the goods when she
and
knows
doing the
she's got
rounds.
exactly. So that is something
Yeah,
that we're looking
getting through
forward
the
to right
rounds.
now. Hmm.
Yeah,
Looking
but
good, looking good, looking interesting,
yeah.
very interesting.
So we have some 400s coming up for men, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
you're ahead of me on that one. They're back to the studio here. I've
I
got from
think it was
BBC
a 400
coverage.
I saw. 400 meters men's round one heat coming up.
Oh, that's
So
Chris. So Chris Taylor.
yeah, so I have Chris Taylor in this set I think there. I don't think he's in this first heat though.
Okay, okay. What do
Yeah.
you think of Chris Taylor? What's his reputation in Jamaica? Can you give us a little history of where Chris is coming from? Because I know he was a kind of a
Uh,
precocious
Calabar,
talent.
yeah, outstanding high school talent from Calabar High School. He's now with Tumbleweed in Florida. He's one
Okay,
of those
tumbleweed.
that's going through the that transition period, but he runs in a very strong event in terms of globally, where you have the it's going to be hard for him to transition and make an impact globally, I think.
I'd agree with
But
you. No doubt about it.
yeah, man,
Steve
but he's in
Gardner
a
and
good
those.
camp with a good coach, so you can never say never. You know what I mean? And as he develops, we'll see. Like I always say, I don't want pile of expectations on the athletes. We just want them to develop and see what we can get out of them. And we always get surprises. There's always one and two that come from out of nowhere and perform. You know what I mean?
For real,
So
for real.
let's see. Let's
Yeah,
see.
man.
But
Chris
yeah,
Taylor's an interesting one.
he's showing some positive signs.
I'd like him to run to the best of his ability and feel comfortable and happy, similar to
Yeah,
Danielle Williams when they said that.
yeah,
Apparently, she said that last season, or maybe the season before, she wasn't entirely happy, wasn't in
yeah,
the ideal place, but now she's just literally feeling happier and more content with herself mentally and physically. And I really wish the best for Christopher Taylor and that he gets back to enjoying his athletics, and even if it's
yeah,
running close to his personal best and feeling good. Yes, they're lining up indeed for the first of 5 heats. I believe
yeah,
this is for the 400. Once he feels good, I agree with you. Absolutely. Don't pile pressure on him. But I want him to enjoy these championships. We don't have the likes of Steve Gardner,
yeah,
Michael Norman in attendance here. So he wants to definitely get through the first rounds if he can and just run the
yeah.
race that he can feel comfortable in. So let's see how we go here.
All right,
Mhm.
guys. If you're coming in, thank you for joining us. Like up the live as you join us. If you're watching in Jamaica, you can watch along on One Spot Media. That's TVJ's live streaming platform that they have that you can watch either on your cell phone or on your desktop or laptop. We are going into the first set of 400 meters for men heat. So it's day one, early morning session. We're up before the sun even come out.
I was about to say, you, hey, yeah, we have to big you up, Primo.
Yeah,
Oh, is it early hours in the morning, Jamaica time, don't?
yeah, yeah. Let me bring up some comments on the screen because we have some people joining us. Big up
Oh,
Peter
beautiful,
Martin.
beautiful.
Yeah, Peter is saying Daniel for the let me I'll bring up the chat so we can so you can see them as well.
I said
Um,
that
it's saying
Peter Martin
yeah, yeah.
mm,
That is what he's saying.
on
One
paper,
two. Oh yeah,
um,
predict the 1-2, Peter.
on,
All right,
on
morning,
paper,
Peter.
this is
Thank
going
you
to
for
be
joining.
our strongest event. Yeah, man, it's our strongest event, Peter. On
Yeah,
paper for Jamaica, that's going to be the strongest one. So, if they maintain their composure, they can go for it and have a chance. A very good chance. Let's just hope that the expectation levels is not too high for them and they perform to their optimum. And I'm confident. We're both confident that they will. So one to look out for sure.
yeah, yeah, man. Definitely agree with you there. Expert Peter said up, up. Yeah, man. We're up early before before sun out. All right, so
Done. Yeah, I know.
all right, 400 meters men heat one is off. Um, like we say, with these, a lot of the world stars that we know from the outdoors still aren't going to be there because they consider it early in the season. So we're coming to the and on my screen, we're coming through the end of lap one. In on the indoors, the lap is a 2 lap race for the 400.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so
I'm a little ahead on the stream. So the result
yeah, man, I
they've
know.
crossed the line a few seconds ago. But I'll let you take this one home. The first heat. What do you see?
Yeah, I see the Belgian taking it relatively easy, followed by the American athlete. Easy running there. See
Look at
some
the
time.
time.
My volume
Look.
is off, so um I have to wait on stuff to come on screen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it
Well,
looks like
that's it. No, America
Belgium
had.
won. Huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Belgium, the Americans. I'm sure there was. I'm looking at what happened to the American. There's a guy called Bassett.
Yeah.
For America, I'm just looking where he ended up. Was he the guy who came in second there?
Second. Second.
Yeah, he looks like he's laboring a bit. I must say. I mean,
Yeah.
he looks very square in the shoulders. But the time, interestingly enough,
Yeah.
45.89 second, 45.89. Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he would fancy his chances if
You
he's in
feel
reasonable
comfortable
enough
with
shape.
that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think I don't think a medalist potentially would be coming from this first heat. Bassett, I
Yeah.
think, would have expected a little more. He looked like he had a little bit of jet lag in his thighs there and in his
Yeah.
legs. Well, not too impressive, but it's the first round.
Yeah. First
Yeah,
round,
Belgium.
they didn't look like they were necessarily killing themselves either.
It's about
To
handling.
be fair.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about handling the rounds. It's about handling the rounds. I'm just gonna
Yes.
wait to see if we can get the criteria about is it the top two or top three?
Yeah. So morning session day one, athletes getting straight into business. You see any time come up yet? Any times come up yet?
Yeah, man, 45.88. Julian
Yeah.
Watering took the one, and Trevor Bassett from America,
Yeah.
46.47. And those are two, I think it's the top two that go through
And
automatically.
okay.
Yeah, top two that go
And
through.
and
And
then the
then
pole would have to wait on times.
he's gonna have to wait. He's gonna have to. He'll be sweating. He'll be
Yeah.
sweating in the waiting room or the cool room for that position. But 46.75 as it stands. So to keep a
Yeah.
note of that time, 46.75 is the initial time that can get you in as one of the fastest quote unquote losers. Uh, Britain has a reputation for looking out for these fastest loser positions, you know. You think that means a real talk, you know. My lord, my
Uh,
lord.
oh boy.
The easiest thing is to secure win your heat or come
Yeah.
second, or if there's whatever the qualification criteria, get
Yeah.
the mandatory done deal, lock it down. And many a
Okay.
time they're
So,
sweating, hanging by their fingernails and fingertips. Anything them
yeah.
can hold on to. You know what I mean?
So Watering and Bassett make it through to
Correct.
the fourth seat.
Correct.
All right. So we're seeing the women 60 meters time. So Mika Briscoe going in fastest with a 7.03, a PB.
Yeah.
Brianna Williams with a 7.06, also a PB. Maribeth St. Price, 7.07.
And
And Io Svoboda with a 7.10.
there you go. And did you see who the last person was to make the semifinals?
Um, is that the Zaula of Portugal?
No, try again. I've given you a clue in the last few seconds.
Oh, Evans Gray? The written.
Ah, yeah.
It
You
just
got it.
came up online. It just came up online.
You got it, man. You got it. Let me tell you, you think I joke something? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Opening salvos.
Yeah,
Straight
man.
through. Straight talk. Yeah, man.
All
Finger
right,
clips.
guys.
So
As you
she'll
come in,
enjoy a
remember,
semi-final.
like up the live,
Yeah, man.
so
She'll
more
enjoy
people
her
can join us and you know what I mean, use up the chat. Let's see what's on your mind. So you see some predictions because we know we'll have the 60-meter finals today. That would be some serious business.
What I'd
On
love to know,
screen,
those
we have some
yeah.
long jump. Is this a heptathlon long jump or the regular long jump?
This is well, I'm what I've got now is the second 400 meters heat. I'm looking at second 400 meters heat about to start.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago's Jaheim Richards goes in this one, and looking at this lineup of five
Yeah.
athletes, he'll be the should be the favorite. There's a South African Nene, but personal best 46 point no 45, but indoors I think it's 46 point something 58.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richards from Trinidad and Tobago. He's one of the best world ranked athletes, and he should qualify comfortably. I'd love to hear what the viewers and subscribers and what they think, who they think is going to be the medalist or podiums for the 60 meters women's. They've got
Yeah.
semi-finals and finals to come. And what do they think of the prospects of the 1, 2, 3? Maybe an outside shot as well. That would be interesting. So please put your comments on the uh, section as appropriate as we begin and wait for the five
Yeah.
second of five 400-meter heats. Let's see who stands out. It looks like
And
a fast track as well. Looks a good track apparently.
in Belgrade here.
Yes, we'll see how it goes for the longer
Yeah.
distances when you've got to deal with the bank. But in a straight
Yeah.
line, times are looking quick. Very red
Yeah.
track. Very red track. Here we go.
Yeah, man. As we they get into the blocks on my screen.
And they've gone through the first lap where I am. Oh, there's been a little altercation that you might have a look at the
Okay.
beginning of the second lap.
Go ahead, man. You can describe the race, man.
All right, respect, sir. Well, Jaheim is holding the lead, but the four of them are all bunched. Jaheim is in
Yeah.
first place, controlling things. But they're hot on his heels coming into the final bend, and it's Jaheim The gentleman, there's a gentleman. He's from Andorra. Could he be from Andorra? He's just coming second.
Yeah,
Jaheim won that. Doesn't look overly impressed. I think he wasn't exerting too much energy.
yeah,
He's looking at his heels, so I think he was caught. I think he was caught. Beginning of the second lap, there's a little coming together, and
yeah,
hopefully there's no spike involved.
yeah.
Should be no disqualification, but they're looking at the
Yeah, I
screen.
see the Andorra
Is
now.
it? Uh-huh. Watch ya. Did you see the coming together?
Yeah,
Aye, it's a brother who was in second place.
yeah,
There's a brother in red in second place who inadvertently caught
yeah,
the right heel of Richards,
yeah.
and that must have come as a bit of a shock because he's like, "Aye, yeah,
Yeah,
man."
he doesn't look too happy about it, but
He can't look too
um,
happy. I mean, light,
uh,
light,
I,
light
I,
build, man.
yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Boop.
slight
He could have gone
discomfort.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Let me see what Peter said now. We will have a surprise in the women's 60 indoors. Brianna and Sharika 1-2. I think Brianna is going to surprise a lot of people. Um, I commend Sharika for going because the 60s isn't necessarily suited to her skill set.
Not at all.
She's
Not at all.
yeah, but I understand it. I understand it's a quest for improvement and
Uh,
challenging herself.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
and it yeah, in a quest for improvement, I mean by taking on such a short event where she's forced to work on the early part of her race, it will only work out better for her in the
You
100
don't know.
meters when she go outdoors.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
so yeah, Peter, well, I wish for the best for both of them, you know what I mean? But
You're being very diplomatic, Primo, because I mean, Peter saying we will have a surprise, with Brianna and
one,
Sharika
two.
first and
No,
second.
man, remember the first thing we're saying is I expect Sharika to do well, um Brianna to do well. But for Sharika, I think it's just about improving.
Yes, which
Yeah,
means
it's about improving.
you
So
don't expect her to medal. That's what you're saying. Is that right?
yeah,
Because people are
exactly.
suggesting that she's going to medal. I don't
Yeah,
expect her to medal. She could feature as an outside shot. I feel
yeah,
once you make the final, anything can happen. You could put it that way.
yeah, yeah. And we
And
don't
she's got
know,
the
man.
strength. She's got the strength
Yeah,
as she's a strong woman, so she could
yeah,
get to the final and come there ready to with races under a belt, and in her legs
yeah,
she could come there and produce her fastest time, which
yeah,
could get her a bronze, I would suggest. But we'll see. But Swoboda, she'd have to blow up to not
yeah.
be on the
And
podium. And Briscoe and Sam Pace for
Briscoe
America,
and
strong.
yes, Sun Price, Briscoe, Swoboda.
Yeah, man. Those are the
Yeah, yeah.
features
We'll have
so
to
far with
respect
Brianna.
those three athletes, and they've been very consistent. You know what I mean? So they're not just going to come here now and stop being consistent. You know what I mean? They come to compete. So if you want the medals, you're gonna have to beat them. As simple as that. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man. But we never doubt our girls still.
Oh, you mean, yeah, man. Represent
We
all the
never
time.
doubt our girls.
Represent. And
But
you know what? I tell you what. Go ahead, Primo. Sip your tea.
yeah, I'm gonna just tell the people to like up the live, share it, share the stream, comment in the comment section. Let's get the dialogue going. Get some more people in the room. You know what I mean? Get the chat active.
Yeah, man. Please
All
do.
right, all right. So this is what we're going into Heat 3 now. Go on, go
Yeah,
ahead, because I think it might have started on your stream already.
not quite. They're just going through the lineup.
Oh, you're going
Um,
through the lineup.
going through the lineup at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
they're very
So,
stocky. They're very stocky. Oh yeah. Okay. There's a Danish gentleman, an Australian. I talked of stocky. Well, this
mm,
Australian is very slim. He's
mm,
actually he puts me in the mind of Chris Taylor. Very slim.
yeah,
There's been a lot of big built um athletes. There's an athlete from the Comores. This was a. Have you heard of them? They actually participated in the African Nations Cup of Football for the first time. I'd never heard of this place in my life.
first time, may I hear about it from you?
Yeah, yeah, man, Comoros. Yeah, coming into the place. Okay, so we've got Petit, Willems, Schneider, Storm
Mm-hmm.
Vidal. Uh, I think Storm maybe is that the Suriname? That could be a Suriname. Oh no, Storm, Czech Republic. Yeah, we've got a Danish, Czech Republic, a
So
German.
Peter says Swoboda third, Briscoe fourth, Mary fifth. That's the top
Oh,
five finish in the 60 meters indoor. Peter,
well,
you'd have carried that bet, go place it. You'd have probably win a lot of money if that come true now.
oh, you mean, oh, you
Man,
mean
it'd be a big bet, man.
if
You'd
you
have to
want to put
share
your
some of
money.
it with Mr. Primo Vision.
But it's interesting, isn't it? That's the beauty of athletics. What I'm
Mm,
finding, that's a really beautiful thing because on the face of it, you'd expect, you know, remember like the days of Usain Bolt, you'd
mm,
say that guy's going to come first, that guy's going to be coming second. It could be a Gatling
yeah,
coming second, and then you're looking at someone else, maybe a Tyson Gale, someone else coming, picking up the third.
yeah,
Athletics, sometimes it's a very subjective event. So everyone's
yeah,
going in there trying to run the best they can. And if you've got enough sufficient quality where there's none that's separate from the others, then
yeah,
it's a subjective thing. So yeah, Peter could be onto something. Maybe he knows something. And it's a mental game as well. Even at
yeah.
60 meters, it's a mental game. So he
Very,
could be
very
onto
much so.
something. Yeah, man.
Very much so.
This third heat is underway. My goodness me, the gentleman from the Comoros has been tailed off. It's like he's in a different race, but he's made it. At least he made it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
made it representing the island, the country, Comoros.
Is
I'm gonna have to go to Globe to find out where that country is. You know, I don't have a
yeah,
clue, but it's meant to be a place. They took part in the African Cup of Nations. I'm
yeah.
looking
How
at
did
the
they
screen.
perform?
I think they actually got to the quarter. I think they got to the quarterfinals. I think yeah,
Really?
yeah. They were unlucky. Yeah, I think they
I
made good programs. Don't quote me
coming
on
to
that,
the
but
end
they
of
did well.
what lap is this now? I'm coming to the end of the first lap on mine.
Can you see the gentleman from the Comoros? Because I couldn't see him in a couple of the
No,
shots.
he's way behind. He's off
He's breathing
track.
heavily from where I can see.
Okay.
All right. It's a 46er, if it's not
Yeah.
mistaken. Do you see the time flash up? I think it's not a
No,
45,
mine
is it?
isn't. My results aren't in it.
It's a 46:49, I believe is going to
Okay.
be the time. As I
I see
said,
a
they're not going to be
46:51 flash on mine. So the Czech
okay.
athlete, what's that? Sorm
Yes,
or
yes.
Shorm? Or how do you pronounce that?
Some.
Storm. Okay.
That's how I pronounce it. I've got the
Yeah.
sound down a little bit here, but these
Yeah.
guys
He
again
was
looking
pushed to the
heavy.
end though. I would say that it wasn't as comfortable for him, in my opinion. Guys, as you come in, like up the live, we have 9 people watching. Just smash the like button. Day one of the World Indoor Championships. Watch along. You're watching
From
Mr.
Serbia.
Primo Vision. It's the first time you're watching. Um, feel free to subscribe because we're going to be here all weekend going through the World Indoor Championships. After all, it's a World Championships. Yeah, man. So early going first section of the first day, and we've already seen a couple personal bests in the women's 60 meters. And we'll have the final coming later. So be sure to come back for that in the afternoon session. All right. So how we stay now, my boss? We see Chris
Well,
coming out yet?
I've not seen Chris. Chris should be coming up, but right now I'm sure they'll pan back to it. Right now, I'm looking at the the
Times.
second event for the men's heptathlon. The
Yeah.
heptathlon is seven. Is it
Yeah.
seven event? Heptathlon, seven events, and it's
It's
the
still long jump.
long jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, long jump is beginning. David Warner. It's a very high quality. So why does Jamaica have they ever had? They had one. Was it Greg? There's only one decathlon. The decathlete. Greg Horton. Was it? No. Was it Greg Horton? No,
It
he's a
wasn't Greg
400
Hart.
meter man.
Maurice, isn't it another thing there?
Who could? Is
It was
anyone
a
out there who
class.
can
He
tell
used
us
to
about the
captain the team.
decathlete?
Yeah, he used to be the captain on it, the Olympic team. I'm trying to remember his name.
Oh
But yeah, it's
yeah,
not something that we traditionally
excellent.
excel in.
kind of a jack of all trades kind of thing. And of course, they do the things like the pole vault, so you need a lot of
Yeah,
high class technology and facilities
yeah,
and coaching. So
yeah,
yeah, maybe that's why it's
it's
unless
very hard. You know what I mean? And respect to anybody that decide to take on something like that. Very hard because like you say, you have to learn all disciplines to a level where you can compete and get points. And it's not the most glamorous event on top of it as well. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. Britain had a very, very good tradition. Well,
yeah,
led by the great Daley Thompson. After
yeah,
that, there was a gentleman called Dean Macy who shone for a little bit, not in the same light, on the same level as Daley, but
yeah.
thereafter, very hard to come across a quality athlete. Talking of which, I've got the backroom scenes here, and Chris Taylor is in the
Is in this
waiting
one.
room. Yeah, man. Well, he might be
Is in
in
the
either
waiting
this
room.
heat or the next one. Yes, he's in the
Okay.
waiting room. So maybe there's one race
Yeah, so
proceeding.
he's after the heat that's walking out now then I guess.
That's right. That would be correct. Yeah. Jamaica, resplendent across his chest. There's a Swedish athlete there in the waiting room as well. But
I was
Chris
really
looking
hoping
relaxed.
yeah, I was really hoping the Bahamas would have sent a bigger team, you know.
How much them sent? You know? How much them sent?
I think it's just three women. But
Three. The
what's that
saucer
yeah,
tree.
yeah. What's that athlete's name again? The 400 runner.
But you're not easy. Only one of the greatest female runners
No man, not
of
Shana
modern
man. Not
times.
Shana,
Oh,
not um
Antoinette Strachan. Antoinette Strahan. I know she
yeah,
Antoinette Strahan. She
yeah.
used
So
to
they
be. She
only
was a teenage sensation, but she's not
yeah,
really developed into
yeah.
the mature ranks. Is she? I don't know who the third one is.
Yeah, well, I forgot to look it up because I saw the team, you know, but I was looking through so many teams at the same time because I was looking at our team, Bahamas team, the US team. So it was kind of thing there just to get an idea of who would be there because it's more of a who is not there than who is there when it comes to world indoors. All right, so we are in heat 4 or 5 now. Or we are looking at the heat 4 or 5 lineup for the 400 meters men. We have for this one.
By the way, Devon Charlton. Is it Devon Charlton, the other
That's it going?
Bahamian?
No men for the Bahamas.
No. This is a woman. In the
Oh,
I've got a woman who ran 7.9. Oh, the hurdles. Devon Charlton.
I
Devon
think there
Charlton
was
for
a
Bahamas.
Bahamian in the 60 meters this morning, wasn't there?
Yeah, man, that's Strahan. I'm sure that's
Yeah, yeah,
Antoinette Strahan. But the other
yeah.
third, if it's the third of the Bahamians, it would be a Devon Charlton, who's a
Okay,
7.9
in the
operator in the
hurdles.
60 meters hurdles. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. If that's the three. So no, we've got the fourth of the 400 meter heats just started. 15 seconds in, coming off the bend, and there's
yeah.
another strapping. I
Oh,
think this is
check
an
out you.
American leading. Yeah, no, I think that's an American strapping guy. He's leading it
Oh, yes, yes,
pretty strongly. They're strung out. Washington. There's
yeah,
Washington, followed by I think it's a Brazilian in second place. Uh, I tell you what, I don't think it's the highest of quality events. This
yeah.
400. I really think that this is it's one of the lower qualities, and he's come through easing up. I say easing up. He might have had the lactic acid
Kick in.
building up in them legs. Weird.
Yeah.
Man looked like he's charged. He mouthed a few things when he went through the line. Looked like him well happy with that at the time. What weird? Man really charged up. Mr.
Um,
Washington. You watch the race, yeah, you see if he's had justification to be so charged up. Everyone's got a story, you know. Everybody
yeah,
have a
he's
story, you know.
coming
So
around to the on the last stretch of my stream now.
you keep your eye upon him. It look like him glad to get on the plane. Maybe some people just say, "What am I
46.
doing on the plane?"
Oh yeah, that's a bit much for a 46 though.
People, yeah, Mr. Prima, that's a bit much. That's a bit much, Mr.
He's
Prima.
still celebrating. Okay. 46-9 on his jersey, you know. So I guess that.
Nine.
All right,
Oh,
so Mr. Washington is through to the semis. Um, I get that's the thing when we watch these events, you can't take away from the man joy certain ways. You know what I mean? That 46 probably means a lot to him and going through to the semis. You know what I mean? Because come outdoors when it's time to make that Americans men team for the 400 meters, we
murder.
probably won't see him.
Probably, there's no probably about it. We ain't.
Yeah, man. So
Unless he knows something that we don't
yeah,
know. I
man. So he
mean,
gets a
yeah,
chance
man.
to represent his country now,
For real, for real, for
and
real.
then just win a
46.
race on the world stage.
Marquise Washington, 46.66, I believe. 46.66, which is probably one of the quickest times for the initial heats. I remember it's a 400. To be fair, they're gonna have to
Yeah,
run 3 races, so they don't want to
yeah,
burn and go crazy. So I mean, it's the first race under their belt, so they want to feel out the track, feel how they're feeling, and they've got 2 more races, and they want to produce their
yeah,
fastest time and strongest time and race as the events go on. So, fair dues, well done, Mr. Markey Washington,
yeah.
well done.
46.66 for Mr. Washington. Kijanovic, 46.88 from Serbia. Lucas Carvalho just outside with a 46.90. We'll be waiting for the rest of the times. And the Czech athlete Pavel Maslak, 47.31. And in last, Johan, so that's Toyoski. Didn't get to see his time.
You're doing very well with the pronunciation. We're looking at the high jump pentathlon. The high jump pentathlon event is taking place. So there's
Yeah,
plenty of activity in the stadium. We wait for Chris Williams, who I
Chris
must say,
Taylor.
take your time. We don't want to him blazing out. All he needs to do initially is to stay
Mm,
healthy and to
yeah,
qualify, stay out of trouble, and run an intelligent race. So looking forward to see how he actually acquits himself. But he should
yeah.
feel energized. This is not, I repeat, one of the strongest events at this World Indoor
Um,
Championship, in my opinion, anyway. So,
quick question.
thus far,
Just a quick reminder of the field events that the Jamaican ladies will be taking part in as we see the high jump unfold for the women. Hello.
hello, sorry, I had to mute.
Yeah.
My iron boy just came crashing down. I was wondering why going. Maybe it was get, maybe maybe it was getting vexed. Mama Africa, Mama Africa. Wifey come for start out the iron board. Man, I don't know if she get vexed because of
Mm.
the Jamaican participation in the field events. We've got good participation in the Jamaican in the
We
field
have
events.
we
We got good some representation. We got
um
Daniel Thomas Dodd in the shot
yeah,
put.
yeah,
We've got Kimberly Williams, who's going to have a very good chance of competing for a medal in the women's triple jump.
yeah.
And what else have we got? We've got any long jump participants.
So as we get ready for the last on track lining up now, I think we finally get to see Chris in his heat. He looks seems to be in lane 4. Heat 5 of 5, men's 400 meters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what is now? Listen, Bengstrom, a best of high 45s. I'm feeling energized and more hopeful. But you know what? We've not
In
talked
the
about
400.
yeah, man. We've not talked about our medal expectations as Christopher Williams is introduced. Man, looking serious, looking ready. Yeah, man. Man, I shake him head. May I tell you? We're talking about
Yeah,
body language. I think that nod, as you'll see, that nod says, "I'm here. No o'clock a strike. Things can go on, but one step at a time, one step at a time. Just watch the ride, watch the ride. Yeah, man. This I want to get your medal expectations. Do you have a number in your head? I've got a number in my head in terms of finalists for Jamaica potentially,
yeah.
plus medal haul potentially. That means podium, gold, silver, or bronze. After this race, I'd like to see if you've got a number. Maybe Peter has a number, and anyone out there, views and subscribers, if you've got a number prediction or any particular race you're looking forward to over the 3 days, let us know. As
I,
they
I, I, to be
oh,
honest with you,
mhm.
um,
They've not started the race yet. They've had to
yeah,
stand up again. They've had to
I
stand
don't
up. I
have
think they've
no
said.
specific number in my head.
Oh, we are say really.
I don't expect like a high medal count. I think we might leave there with like 4 medals. If we leave with 4 or 5 medals,
you
I
you
would.
you you're playing your cards close to the chest because that's the kind of number that I'm talking about, and
Yeah,
that's not bad at all with the team
yeah.
that's gone
For the
and
size of the
the
team.
caliber.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. That's not a bad number at all. I've got
yeah,
8 finalists in my. I think 8 finalists, including the 4x4 women's
yeah,
relay. And I
yeah,
think if you then do the numbers and split it, so you could
yeah,
split it by half, or you could split it into a quarter, and you come out with 3 or 4 medals, and 3 or 4
yeah.
medals I think would be a really good return.
Good
And I think
performance.
someone like Chris making the final would be uh,
Yeah.
included in that team performance. But yeah, I
And
think
you
we're
say you have
thinking
about
similar.
8 finalists.
I'm looking at 8 finalists. Yeah, I've got 8 finalists. I can go through them verbatim. We've got the hurdles, women's hurdles with Brittany
Yeah,
and Danielle.
yeah,
We've got the 60 meters, Brianna and Sharika.
yeah,
I've got Daniel, I've got Robert Levy potentially making a final, not necessarily a medalist, but outside because of his caliber,
yeah.
he'd be an outside
Ronald Levy.
shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, Ronald Levy. I've got him
yeah,
down there. Kimberly Williams. I think she's got a
yeah,
very good chance in the triple jump. Uh, we've
yeah,
got Daniel Thomas Dodd. If she's on form, it's not every one of the world's greatest shot putters are there, and
yeah.
she on her form can do it. So let's see what form she is. As the 400 last heat kicks off, we're underway. I'll continue after we finish. Have they lined up where you are? They're
Yeah,
going
they're
on the
getting
first
in the
bend
block
here.
now. Yeah,
All
you
right,
can
sir.
call the race, man. How Chris looking?
Chris looking good. He's battling. Oh, what? Weird. Oh, what it? Hey,
Somebody drop.
well, it almost Christopher clash shoulder to shoulder with the gentleman who's in first place at the moment. Chris is holding
Okay.
his position in second place. The top three are just about away from the fourth place runner. They're entering the
Yeah,
final, Bren. But Christopher, he had to keep his composure into the final straight, and Christopher is easing up. I think it must be the first straight. They all finish abreast, but the time, I'm
yeah.
quietly impressed with that.
Oh yeah, I see
Um,
it now. I saw the guy just
mm,
totally just run across him.
yeah, man, keep following it through. Keep following it through.
Yeah.
Go on, take it from there.
Yeah, so we're coming on the back stretch now. So Chris in second, but closely followed by an athlete. You see him coming back now, trying to approach this last stretch. All right, he's trying to make his move. Oh, all three go down there on the line. Oh, and Chris seems to be out of the semis unless it's the fastest race so far. But this seems to have been the most competitive with
And the
him, the
quickest, and one of the
Swedish
quickest.
athlete, and where is that other athlete from?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
I think the gentleman in third place as well. I'm looking at the replay. I think he's
yeah,
from
but Chris
Sweden.
can't allow himself to be bullied like that though on the track because the man just cut right across him and him just give him
Right,
that.
right. But you remember we
Yeah,
are talking about the frame. He's relatively
yeah,
slight, but he's got a bit about him. But that
yeah,
guy is physically was bigger, and as they crossed the line, I think he may have
yeah,
actually finished in third. But I think on times he would
yeah,
be more than okay. It's a
yeah,
Spanish man. It's a Spanish man. A Spanish man who
yeah.
did bounce him, and the Swede.
Some
Yeah, man.
mind games there, you see it?
Let's
Like
see.
he
Let's
went
see.
into him with a strong shoulder.
Yeah, deliberately. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
I
yeah,
feel
my
so.
time. Chris got
Huh?
second. Chris got second,
Yeah.
46,
You got the
48.
second?
100th of a second ahead of the Spanish guy who bounced him.
Okay.
So 46, 49, 46, 48, and 46,
Yeah.
45 for the
Okay.
win. Carl Bengstrom.
So the Spanish guy will have to wait on.
I think he'll have made it. I think he'll have made it. That was a strong
Okay.
looking. Mind you, again, you see the 46. I mean,
Yeah, it's
it's
not
not
like
it's not stellar. It's not stellar at all.
yeah.
But Chris,
So
as you
it's
said,
Carl
it's a
Bengstrom. It's
yes, it
Bengstrom
is.
at
Bengstrom.
46.45 and Chris Taylor at 46.48 in second. and Bruno Hortlang Rioch, 46.49. So very
Yeah, man.
close there on the line. And then you have the Norwegian athlete in fourth and ISV. Where's that again?
ISV.
Yeah,
Or no,
Malik Smith. Is that a
I'm not sure if it's the Ivory Coast or
no man? Ivory Coast
ISV.
is ICV. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, Chris into the semifinals, people. So far so good in terms of the three athletes we've seen on track so far from
they were
Jamaica
also
this morning.
runs. They were also
Yeah,
runs. Look here, I'm telling
yeah,
you, Chris will fancy his chances. Noticeably, no British participation. This would be something that they would have been, if they could get a
yeah,
blind. 400-meter running in Britain has gone down in terms of standards, and this is symptomatic because really,
yeah,
if they had anyone worthy of note, they would have had them entered for this competition. So that's disappointing. Funny enough, Britain, I think Britain will be looking for a 4-5 medals from
yeah,
this championship. They like to get in there when they can, and I think 5 to 6 medals is what Britain's looking at with their team.
yeah. Um, and how many people did they send?
I think it's
Or how big
46,
is
but
their
let
team?
me. Um, it's pretty big. I think they added some people. The Catherine Katrina Johnson
Yeah,
Thompson Johnson. I always get her name, that double barrel name, but yeah, she's been a champion and she's been there. I don't know what the quality of the field is this time round, but she's always going to be in with a chance. The heptathlon or pentathlon as it is now doesn't
yeah,
have the highest quality. The African nations hardly take part. Jamaicans hardly take part, and it's usually the Netherlands, Poles,
yeah,
who push for medals. Swedes occasionally. So yeah, that's one of the opportunities, one of the events where you can actually win medals in pretty easy compared to other of the events. Thing about athletics, it's a global event. It's
yeah,
the most global of events. If you can run and you can jump and you can endure, you're in. And the cream of the crop from around the world makes it very hard to win medals. You've got to be really outstanding and have that mental acumen and talent and genuine ability to thrive in the heat of
yeah,
competition. But yeah, Britain are looking at 5 or 6 medals. Elliot Giles, 800 meters. Keely Hodgkinson, who will be going up against Jamaica's Natoya Gould. She'll be heavily fancied to strike gold. Nothing short of
yeah,
gold would do for her, in my opinion. Uh, Daniel, no, is it Daniel Pozzi? Pozzi.
yeah,
Mr. Pozzi will be in the 60 meters hurdles, and he will be trying to hold off a certain Grant Holloway,
yeah,
amongst other names. So I think he'll have his hands quite full. He will have done incredibly well to retain that title.
yeah.
He'll be looking for a good performance and maybe finding the podium, but that will be very tough. But we will see as the high jump pentathlon goes on. How's the chat looking, Primo? I know this is
No,
your first venture into the live coverage, and it could be early hours in the morning, depending on where we are in the world.
yeah. We're not hearing nothing from Peter. From Pete since Peter's prediction.
Peter, put him strong physics on this, on him. Just leave it.
Yeah,
There's a
man.
strong on board. I mean,
Yeah, man.
it's there, written in stone. So he's not switching or changing. So
Peter said 1-2 in the 60 meters. We will see later, Peter. I hope you're right. Um, I wouldn't be upset if you're right, but I don't really see it. But I must say I am pleased with Brianna's run this morning. She ran herself into contention. Hopefully, she have some more in the tank to carry her through. I want to take a quick look at the schedule.
yeah,
For
man,
the
check it out. Just looking at the
um,
400-meter qualification. 400-meter
uh,
qualification has gone through. Christopher Taylor enters
mm,
in fourth place. Chris Taylor
yeah,
is the fourth fastest after the 400 heats, and
yeah, I
the
see that.
last person who made the last podium place, well, the last semi-finals place was a 46.88 or 46.89. So
Yeah.
those kind of times they'll be chalked
Kianovic.
off.
Yeah.
Hmm. They'll be probably tailing off. Well, once you get into the semi-finals, that's again you're gonna have to try and bring your as close to your A game. So I'm not going to
Yeah.
discount anyone at this stage. But Christopher Taylor for Jamaica has safely made it through, and
Yeah.
hopefully everyone will actually fancy their chances because no one has stood out like a sore thumb at all.
Yeah.
So that one is going to be a competitive race. Sometimes it's not just the quickest athletes on show that
Yeah.
makes for a tremendous event. Sometimes it's the competition and the level of competitiveness. And this one
Yeah.
promises to be a argy bargy affair. Chris,
Yeah.
watch your shoulder. Watch your shoulder. Big
All
up and
right.
trust.
So
Maybe you have to give yourself a little gap before them bounce you out.
yeah. So we have the 400 for women coming up. Um, next. What time is it there in the UK? It's
We're looking at 20 to 11, just past 10:30. So going
20
quarter
to
to
11.
11. Hmm.
All right.
British time.
So
And Europeans are an hour ahead of us.
okay. So it would
All right.
be in
Let me
about
put
5 minutes we should have the 400 meters for women then.
great stuff. Great stuff. Yes. In Europe, they're an hour ahead of British time.
Yeah.
And
And
I believe I think Keely Hutchinson's going to be if the 400 meters women, I
yeah.
think yes it is yes it's coming up here the heat of the
Yeah.
400 meter and Keely Hodgkinson if I'm not mistaken
Is
I
running the
wouldn't
400.
no no rewind she wouldn't dare enter this one I don't
Mm.
she entered the British Championship at the
Hmm.
400, I think to test her speed and increase her speed because to meet Athin Mo of America, who's a
Yeah.
400, 800 sensation from America, and we've not seen her this season as yet. To
Yeah.
take her on, you need to have a finishing burst and have sufficient finishing speed. So running the 400 meters, where I think she came second in the 400 meters in the British trials. She came second, which was a really good run for her. But she's not taking on this one because this is a hot event with two particular runners uh, in Mila Weibo and
Yeah.
Femke Bol, who is the outstanding European, one of the outstanding European world talents. In fact, the
Yeah.
400-meter hurdler who's trying out her flat speed and going for the 400 meters flat. But we've got Shanika. Is it Shanika McGregor? We've got McGregor for Jamaica going in this first heat. One of five again. One of
Yeah.
five heats.
Yep. Young McGregor on the screen now.
I don't know so much about her, but
Me neither. But that is
hopefully,
the beauty of the world indoors, huh?
right, absolutely. And you know that with the Jamaican system, competition is of the highest order. They fight hard, so
Yeah.
she won't be
I like
phased, whatever
I shouldn't say I
happens.
don't know of her. I just don't know a lot about her. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's up and running. Looks like she's made a pretty good start. There's six in this field. Uh, they've gone around the first bend. She may enter when it breaks. She may enter in fourth place as they break. She's been
The
chopped back a bit.
first two are guaranteed to go through. Remember that, guys. As you come in,
She's
smash the like buttons, guys. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. If you're
she's
watching and you've been here with us from morning, remember, leave a like. That's what helps the channel to grow.
oh, well, for real, for
All
real.
right, so she's on coming through the final bend in the first lap for me, sitting in about fourth. Nowhere, the leader by herself looks really comfortable. The Dutch athlete, Clever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's an Irish athlete, Healy.
McGregor struggling, now moving towards the back of the pack. Yeah, the Irish athlete looking strong too. Now trying to and goes by Clever, and takes it. McGregor finishes in fourth, and that could be it for her. So the first really low point or athlete not going through to the semis or have a chance of not going through to the semis.
Well, hold your horses, Primo. Hold your horses. You know about the famous fastest losers position.
Yeah,
You know
of
what the
course.
fastest loser. So she that's I think that's where she is right now. Automatically she's hanging on. She'll have one of those fastest two positions. And what I liked about McGregor, I'm gonna say thumbs up to her. She didn't give up. She kept on running through after being
Yeah,
initially chopped um, 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 during the first lap. She didn't stop trying, didn't stop running, and she
yeah,
ran right through to the line to hold that fourth place. If she'd finished fifth, she would have been out of contention for possibility of making the semi-finals. So she kept on running hard, and we don't
yeah,
know the quality outside of Shona Weber Miller and Femke Bull. So
yeah,
let's see, let us see with bated breath. But well done, McGregor, and well done to Healy. She's probably one of Ireland's highest achievers, and expectations would be high for her to
yeah,
actually possibly be in contention for a medal. Me, Weibo Miller, and Femke Bull are the outstanding two. With, of course, McPherson. We've got Stephanie McPherson, who we've not
yeah,
mentioned yet.
yes,
She is a medal possibility. Let's see what form she's in
yeah,
and see if there's any other contenders. Uh, Yes, indeed. And it's Johnson Thompson, Katrina Johnson Thompson, that we're looking at the moment in the high jump with the pentathlon in effect. She's had a
uh,
checkered career, but we'll see what's happening. Don't know who her contenders are. I don't think TM, the
so she
great
has it.
TM.
So it's Healy with 51.75, followed by Claver with 51.96. Sada Williams of Barbados 52.65, and then I didn't see
McGregor.
the time. All right, McGregor. I didn't get to see her time. Did you get a chance to look at her time?
They've not brought up her time at the moment. They're looking at the two British participants
Yeah. Yep.
in the pentathlon. So yeah,
Oh,
the time will come up shortly. They've just diverted attention to the British contingent in the
yeah, and
pentathlon
she.
event.
Yeah, yeah. If you're just joining us, both athletes in the women's 60 meters made it through quite easily this morning. Um, Brianna winning her race in a PB of what 7-0. What was it again? 7
Who was that? That was
or
Brianna.
706? Yeah,
Brianna 706.
yeah, 706.
It was quick.
So she's lowered her time. I remember earlier this season her time was 709.
709, 708,
Yeah,
709. But she's lowered it
yeah,
and look
709.
good.
So that's
Look
yeah,
good.
looked
Look
really
very
good.
good.
Went in with a second fastest time in qualifying, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so they go into the semis later on today in the afternoon session that we will be back for.
And
So
of course,
morning
we've got the
session
final.
so far so good. Um, all our athletes have been through safely, bar McGregor, who will have to wait on the times. I'm not as optimistic as as Richard is in terms of her qualification, but
We've only had one heat. We've
can't
only had
complain.
one heat. We don't know what going yet. We don't know
Yeah,
what going yet.
that's
We
why
don't
I'm
know
not.
the
That's
captain.
exactly why I'm not so optimistic about the hard heat.
I backed myself into a corner there, so you're right. You're right on that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Four more heats to come.
Yeah,
And of course, the athlete. It's one of those interesting things, because as I said, British athletes have for years been sweating and relying on these
yeah,
fastest losers position. And in these races, when you've had the heats before, sometimes the later the heat, you
yeah,
should know. And I'd love for them to have some detailed debriefs on the mind of an athlete and their coaching entourage as to what do they think and how do they tactically plan for these occasions. So if you know there's a
yeah,
fastest losers time, if you're going in the later heat, what you want to do is ensure that you run as quickly as you can. You make sure that you're in amongst it. You can run almost your own race, knowing that if you beat that time in the previous heat as a
yeah,
surety, once you do that, you're in with a chance. If
yeah,
you're in a slow race and then you ended up in a tactical battle, which is like maybe for the 800
yeah,
and other events, sometimes you wonder what's going on. You should know what you've got to do, and then that makes it easier for you to ensure you get qualification. But the 400 meter is a real battler. battling event, and you can't really
Yeah,
afford to cruise. So we'll see. It's either you're in or you're out. You've got to leave it on the track. Uh,
yeah.
as they bed down now for the second of five heats. They're on their marks and they're away.
What I must say to you though is, go ahead, man. Call the race.
Yeah, man, you see, if I'm just looking at them as they, I'm just looking, there's a British lady, Pippi, who
Mm.
should be the number. Oh, I'm just looking at the quality. Femke Ball. Oh, my Lord. Femke Ball goes through the bell. 24.34 at the 200-meter mark. She's in the lead. Femke Bol of the Netherlands, the new sensational find for Holland and world athletics. My goodness me. Pippi for Britain in second
Yeah.
place with
Yeah.
Beard for America in third.
Okay.
And she's not looking big, but Femke Bol is literally cruising. Pippi battling for that second and is going to take the second place ahead of America's Beard, who didn't look too impressive. She kind of flops as she goes through the line. Femke Bol, well,
Yeah, the
oh,
Dutch
oh,
at
oh, oh,
being
oh,
very comfortable in
oh,
the 400 so far, right?
oh, man. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pippi will be very happy for Britain,
Yeah.
52.46. But yeah, what's the race? But Femke Bol,
Yeah,
can you
look at the
see her?
gap, bro. The gap that she's put on in is not, it's just a race for second right now. She's on her own planet.
Absolutely. Wow, wow. Shauna Miller Weibo will have looked at that. I mean, remember, she's a 400
51.48.
meter hurdler. She's
Let's
a
stop the
400
clock.
meter
Yeah.
hurdler. Wow,
All
wow.
right.
She's a delight to watch from Kibble. I tell you what, because you've got Delilah Muhammad
Mm,
and Sydney McCaughlin, who are
yeah.
most two of the greatest athletes in track and field, full stop. And for
Yeah.
her to actually be mentioned in the same sentence and to mixing with them, I
Yeah.
tell you, she's had to do something. I mean, Chris Taylor's got it rough in the 400 meters outdoors, but Bol,
Mm,
she's got two of the all-time greats ahead of her. But I tell you what,
yeah.
how long will they be ahead of her? That's the question.
Yeah.
Neither of them are participating here, but Bol is increasing, getting her speed up, and look at that. Oh man, supremely talented. I mean, just a
Yeah. Her
natural athlete and
her own
strong.
race entirely.
Oh, oh,
She's about 50 yards ahead of everybody else.
51.48. 51.48. Jessica Beard, who I know a bit about, she's a seasoned campaigner.
Yeah.
She's come in with 52.72 and the fourth place, 53.02. So Miss McGregor, I believe, would still be in. You see that fourth place? So wait a minute. One, two, there's a fourth for McGregor. Da, da. Yeah, McGregor might be struggling. McGregor might be.
You see me stop and look for you, right?
Ahem.
I want you to grab at straws. Oh boy.
She left it on the track. She left it on the track, and everyone who's participating, once you leave it
Yeah.
on the track, you've done the best you can.
Yeah, man.
Fair dues. But yeah, as I say, yeah,
And
the
it's a
more the heats go
different.
on,
This 400 is different. It's a different discipline. It's like the whole technique, the way they cross over into the lanes, the two laps. That means there's twice the amount of corners, not as much straightaway. So it's it has different demands than a regular 400 meters.
absolutely great point,
I mean,
Primo. Great point.
and another thing that a lot of people tend to overlook in with indoor athletics is there's no breeze helping you or fighting you. So yeah, it's all up to you. You know what I mean?
Very good point. Another very good point.
Yeah,
A lot of tactics come into this, yeah, especially when you have to
yeah,
break after break after you come out of your lanes, and then you've got
yeah,
to make sure you're positioned as well as possible, because if you're in a third, second or third, you're invariably gonna have to go around a longer
yeah,
distance, yeah, to get around your opponents ahead of you.
yeah,
So, yeah, there's a lot of tactical acumen and nuance involved in the
yeah.
400 meters indoors. So this will be good. But I'm looking forward to Stephanie. What's your hope for Stephanie then? Do you think she's a finalist? Do you think she's a potential medalist, or do we wait and see how her form
Yeah.
stands up?
I think she's a finalist. I would think she's a finalist. For as long as far as the medals, she has a chance. But I don't think it's going to be easy, or you know what I mean, or a cakewalk, because we've so far based off of that race that I just saw, and then Shawnee don't run yet, so we'll see. We'll
Well,
see.
I've
And
not
there's
seen
also
anything to be scared of. I've not seen anything thus far,
yeah,
but we've got more heats to come. I've not seen anything to be worried about outside
yeah,
of Femke and Shune. But so I'm going to be looking personally to see
yeah.
who the other contenders are. Pippi from Britain has been the best of the rest so far, easily.
Yeah.
Pippi of Britain.
Why I'm not so like eager to make predictions is because this is a new territory for me. This is the first time I'm going to sit down and watch an entire indoor championship live.
Oh yeah, sir.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Remember, like I said, this is not something that would like a world indoors live. This is not something that would be popular in in Jamaica. The fact that we even sent a team of 15 people, a lot of people are surprised, like I said earlier. So yeah, so this is a new experience for a lot of us. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few people who'll be waking up early in Jamaica to watch this. You know what I mean? But it's not a very popular form of the sport
Oh, what I tell you what,
as much as
as much
we're
as
outdoor track country, huh?
all right. Well, you know what? I'm just holding you for a second because we're in 111.
Yeah,
There's another. You said it was only three Bahamians. Well, there's another Bahamian runner here. No, uh,
yeah.
uh, uh, unless no, is that Weber Miller? Could that be Weber Miller then?
No, that's Moss. It says Moss.
Okay, okay, must okay, all right, yeah. So maybe they've got. She looks rangy. Well, she's got the inside lane, so that's another Bahamian. So maybe they've got
Yeah.
more than three
Let's hope so.
maybe if
Let's
more than
hope
three
so.
representatives, they're away. Look out
Yeah,
for Sveri. I think it's the Pole, Sveri Ersetek.
yeah.
According to the rankings, she should be the favorite or one to look out for. Svivi Ersetek.
Okay.
Uh, I think she's on the outside at the moment. She's on the banking. This looks like very competitive. Who's going to
Yeah.
get the break?
Even,
Sveti
I
is
think.
Sveti looking for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Wait until we ask the old one. The same place where Christopher Williams encountered some trouble. Watch and see.
Okay.
You need to be
They
physical in
seem
this
to be
event, you know.
struggling with it when it's time to merge lane, or you know what I mean?
They need to hold their
Yeah.
corners and know
Yeah.
if you know what clock a strike. It is the pole. The pole is coming through to take it. They're battling for that second place. Ooh, that went down to the 100th, 200th of a second there. Yes,
Yeah.
Fiti. I've
Yeah.
seen her before. Poles have
Yeah.
got a really good reputation.
Yeah.
You see it? Mm-hmm.
That
Clumsy.
was yeah.
Clumsy. And oh, that's a Briton. Hello, so there's a Briton in there. The Briton came through for second, 52.81. Keep on watching as it goes through.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a rough and tumble. Let's have a look. They're gonna look again. Okay, now when you see the Britain, and it was the oh yeah, sir.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
were
and
very
that could
close
have
on
been
the line for a
nasty.
second.
Watch ya.
Polish athlete took it easily. Oh yeah, the
That was
Brit got second in 52.81.
she was the one who was shoved off the. She
Yeah.
was literally shoved off onto the inside of the track. I mean, I don't know if they would have been dealing with disqualifications. If she hadn't qualified, they would have had some trouble. The lady in
Yeah.
third place, she just almost barged in. There was no space to. There was no space
Ooh,
to
yeah.
go
She
past the
ooh.
British. Watch her.
She pushed her off the track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was literally a barge. That was literally a barge. There was nowhere to
Yeah.
go.
And
That
then
was that
oh
was
no,
sloppy.
yeah, and then the British athlete actually puts her hands on her purposely and pushes her. Yeah, that could be they will have definitely have issues in this race here. I don't know how they will deal with that because that is that you see that we see
Okay, they
some
went down to the line.
purposeful
Yeah.
barging going on, like they're purposely pushing people off the track. She can't get by with her out there without the getting underneath her and using the shoulder like that. And then the British athlete gets back on the track and simply just pushes her out of the way. So I guess the officials will have something to look at here. You see the
Well, from
replay?
yeah, man, I'm seeing the replay. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know, the
both
Brit.
athletes qualified, so I don't know how they're going to
Are you sure they both qualified?
yeah man is the well not both but
Well, according to no, Jessie Knight from Britain, 52.93. She's
yeah
automatically qualified.
yeah
Tech 52.37, comfortably in first place. 52.94. 15 from Czech Republic, Lada Vondrova. She was involved in the
yeah
pushing. Well, 52, I
yeah
mean, 100th of a second. So 52.94. We're going to see, is that good enough for one of the fastest loser position? Well, we had 53, so she's may actually be one of the fastest loser
yeah.
position.
Well, if she doesn't qualify, I expect her to complain because
And
it
Britain have a
was
good reputation when
no
it comes
so
to complaining as well. You know,
yeah
they're not backward in coming forward. If they can get any excuse to
yeah
complain, if she had it automatically qualified,
yeah
you can take it. You can take it as read. They would have put in their formal or informal complaint. Trust me on that. But that was clumsy, I thought, by the Czech opponent, the Czech runner. There is
mm,
a certain amount of physicality in indoor 400-meter running, but you
yeah
need to balance things up because that could have resulted in a disqualification potentially.
yeah
You know, and you don't want to bring the officials in. You want to try and do what you can do. I don't think that Von Drover's got that raw speed actually, so she'll be struggling to. She struggled to get
yeah
past Knight. She tried her best, very close, but so far, Ercitek is the Ercitek is the third best, I'd say. She
yeah
would be the third best after Femke Bol. We've not signed Shawnee yet, so
yeah
let's wait and see. So far, she's the second best in my opinion, behind Femke Bol in terms of performances. Just anticipating McPherson and anyone else. There should be another American, if I'm not mistaken. Jessica
yeah
Beard was the season campaigner for America, who's gone thus far. And
yeah guys, as you come in, like up the live early morning sessions. So far so good for Jamaica.
hit that like.
Most of the athletes that we would expect to go through to the semifinals have gone through. Brianna Williams putting down a stunning performance, probably the highlight of the morning so far from a Jamaican perspective, proving Richard wrong.
Ha ha ha! Hey, you know, me forget that one in a hurry. You know, you come like you have an elephant's brain. Them
No,
memory,
but the
them
way
never
you
forget.
say it is like you want me to remember. Prove me wrong. Well, 7.06 this morning, taking her heat very comfortably and putting a big smile on her face. And I guarantee her coach will be smiling as well.
That's a bold one. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
We've got
So yeah,
now.
very good morning so far.
We've got the
Can't
American
complain.
Linda Irby. Linda, is it
Yeah,
Linda? I think it's Linda Irby.
yeah,
Irby, lane 6, going for America in the fourth of the five 400
yeah.
meter indoor heats. She looks like
Yeah.
she will be the
Hold on,
standout.
hold on, hold on. I need everybody who's watching now to go and like the live. Like up the live, people. 16 people watching. Like the live. All right.
You know what
Let's
the light look, but the thumb, hit that thumb,
hit that thumb button. That
hit that
yeah.
thumb,
We need
please.
a thumbs
Thank you
up.
for coming. Yeah, man. When you
Yeah, man.
enter, show your respect and appreciation. Hit the like. We're here for you, and hopefully you're here for us and here for the athletes performing in Belgrade, Serbia,
Yeah,
World Indoor Championship, a bumper season of athletics. Eugene ahead in July. Right now, this is the first port of call. World Indoor Championships, a chance for those attending to make their mark as they set off for the fourth of the five 400-meter women heats. Irby of America is the one to look for in terms of a potential medalist.
mm,
Uh, she's not had the greatest of starts, though looks a little heavy. It looks a little heavy coming in second. It's second at the moment at the bell,
yeah,
24.12.21 seconds at the bell. She's in second place, so she's in an automatic qualifying position. Kazmarek, another uh, pole. Kazmarek leading. They've got a strong representation. Linda Irby struggling heartily to hold on to second, but she's coming under pressure from a lady from Guyana. In fact, the lady from Guyana is taking over second place, and Irby struggling for third. She's not held on to third. She's coming in fourth place.
Oh
Fourth
wow.
place for Linda Irby, and that would constitute a surprise. Guyana's
Yeah.
Guyana's Abrams takes second place, 52.24, a good time. Laos, 52.28.
So the first
Wow,
upset.
takes third. That
First, not I wouldn't say upset, but the first surprise. Herbie struggling early.
they've not looked good, you know. And you know the early morning business, you know. I mean the flight, the
Mm.
transatlantic. In fact, that's a question. Have Jamaicans ever had any problems with traveling as being an issue, jet lag, or has preparation always been of the
Mm,
highest order for
um,
Jamaican athletes in the camps?
remember usually for major events they're um settling in training probably from before. So I think they would get past the point where they have jet lag. I think for probably like a Diamond League or something like that where you're flying and you do the race the day after, you might have jet lag issues. But like for world tournaments like these, Olympics, World Championships, and all, I don't think they're there and settled in long enough to um, get used to the environment and settling. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's
Respect.
that big of an issue.
Respect. I would suggest that it looks though for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know when the Americans landed, but well, they've come in 52, leaving the Irby 52.78 for fourth
yeah.
place. A season's best by Belgium's Camille Laus in
Hmm.
52.51, and the two automatic qualifiers are Kazmarek, Natalia Kazmarek, 52.22. Good time,
Hmm.
and Alaya Abrams of
Yeah,
Guyana.
Aaliyah.
Not a personal
Yeah,
best, not a personal best, but she's qualified, and well done. She looked good. Stephanie will fancy her chances here. Melinda Irby will be sweating. She may be on for one of the
yeah,
fastest one of the
yeah.
fastest two
The Euro-
loser positions.
the Europeans are very strong in this. This is what they do. The indoor track thing. This is what they do. You can see it from early that they're very
Good spot.
comfortable in the indoor circuit. I
Good
think
spot.
yeah, I think even the pushing and shoving is something that I might have to get used to because I'm looking at it and being like, this is probably part of the strategy. You know
Well,
what I mean?
as you see, there's been no
This is how
disqualification
it's
so
done.
far. Yeah, man.
Huh?
There's been no disqualification that, and as you said, because of the break, the lane breaks,
Yeah,
and there's going to be contact. There's going to be
yeah,
contact from someone's coming from the outside trying to
yeah,
come in. They're all looking for that inside lane ultimately, or the inside two lanes. So there's going to
yeah,
be a bit of argy bargy. So once there's nothing, fisticuffs, it seems to be all fair in love and war. So quite so. So this first round, once people qualify, they'll have should be on their P's and Q's because it's a world championship. It's a world championship, and the stakes are pretty high. There are medals
yeah,
on offer for those who have not had medals before, and those who have medals before. They want to add to their haul or begin their medal collection. So
yeah,
there's going to be no quarter asked or given.
yeah.
Real thing.
Yeah, man. I get ready for go into the
This should be the
one
last.
more heat, right?
That's right. It should be the fifth.
Last heat for Rate and Stefan McPherson.
Yeah, I hope she.
Take
I mean,
her
she's
turn.
fairly slight. She's fairly slight herself, but she's
Yeah,
must be one of the most experienced competitors. I think in the 400 meter, she may be
yeah,
one of the most experienced campaigners at this event. Similar to Natoya Gould, they're going to be two
yeah,
of our most experienced athletes representing Jamaica here. So we're looking to hopefully have that experience pay dividends. Uh, Indoor circuit or not? Yes, they're zooming in on the last of the heats for the women's 400 event.
yeah.
And so we should be. Oh, I can see the shoulders. the unmistakable shoulders and hairstyle. Shawnee Huibo Miller
Yeah.
goes in lane 2. That must be her. Wow, there's a very striking looking lady in lane 1. Is that a Latvian? Muraskaita. And then Stephanie. Stephanie. Oh, that's lane 6. Lane 5, McPherson. You laugh. You see what we say about striking?
No, I don't want the iron board and up in the head, up in the back.
Ah!
I'll try and spare you because although the business is not far. Yes, so yes, lane 1, right?
And lane 6,
Yes.
you know. Lane 6, they're going from, they're taking it in
Lane
reverse
6, yes.
order. Lane 6,
And then
McPherson in
McPherson in
lane
lane
5.
5.
High on
Yeah.
the bank. So she's going to be coming down. She's
Yes.
going to be coming down. You've got Gomez, who's another one to watch out for from
Yes, it's a
Cuba.
very, yeah.
She'll be good. This, in fact, you know what? This could be, I'll go as
The
far as to
fast.
say this is arguably the fastest heat.
Yeah.
This is potentially the strongest of the heats that we've seen so far. So there's going to be fastest losers positions up for grab, as well as the
Yeah.
top 2 position. This could be a hot one, and hopefully, fingers
Yeah.
crossed, there's not excessive argy-bargy and bouncing, because this is going
Yeah.
to be,
Stephanie
well.
McPherson is definitely up against it. All right,
All
lane
right,
1. You
here we
see
go.
Smith.
Here we go. Well, Shawnee, she's in the inside lane, so she's going to see
Mm.
how she gets out. The gun's gone, and they're off.
Yeah.
You can take it on the second lap if you want to.
No, man, I'm too far behind. You can call it.
All right, so, well, you can see, my goodness me, Shawnee stretching out her legs, stretching out, coming around the first bend, and she's got a commanding lead, and she's not exerting overly too much energy. Stephanie has come off the bank in second place. She's got
That's
clear
good.
way. Stephanie is pretty clear. We don't want anyone kicking up her heels, though. She looks
Hmm.
like she's heading following Shawnee. Shawnee's not extending herself. She's comfortably ahead. Stephanie's focusing ahead of her. She looks focused and concentrating. That strapping lass from Lithuania, it looks like. He's in third, but coming off the final bend, Shawnee just gliding, loping through. Stephanie comfortably in second, on the
Yeah.
heels, second. Oh, well done. And look at the time. 51.75 for Shawnee.
Big
That,
girls out there now, man.
yeah, man. Her along with Femke Bol, the 2
Yeah.
outstanding protagonists. And I would say the Polish woman who was in the other heat, who won her heat, along with
Yeah.
Stephanie, will make up those who are looking for the medals. Stephanie, a picture of concentration, hair flowing. She's a slip of a lass, but you know what?
Yeah.
There's strength there. There is strength. She's got
Shawnee look
strength in
like she
that.
could have run. She have at least no, at least 25 to 50% more. She just look easy.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
man.
the word. That's exactly
Yeah,
the
man.
word. Easy
Well,
like
well done
Sunday
by both
morning.
of them.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's the last Jamaican participant we have this morning in the
That's a
morning
good way.
session.
That's a good way.
Yeah,
That's a good way to finish. That's a really pleased for Stephanie.
yeah,
She
really like good morning session. I would say
a very good
from a
morning. A very
Jamaican
good morning
person.
for Jamaica. For Jamaican fans, a very good morning.
Yeah,
Oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It could be trouble for the Americans. You know, it could be
yeah,
trouble for the Americans.
they haven't
I
come.
don't think they made it through. I think
And
they'll be struggling to make even the fastest Gomez season's
yeah,
best 52.25 in fourth place in this heat. It was a fast heat. Season's best
yeah,
52.11 for Moraskite, Modesta, Juste, Modesta. Yeah, for
yeah.
third place. I think that you'll get the fastest at least from that
This
last
race.
heat. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
comfortably the fastest race. They're back to the studio here, the BBC back to the studio. They'll be looking at the likes of Pippi and
yeah,
yeah, not a bad day for Britain. They're looking at
yeah.
they're looking at
I want
the
to see the
replay of the
qualifiers
British.
though. I'm
Yeah, we'll
waiting
have
to
it
see
up.
who qualify to see if McGregor. By your
I,
estimation, McGregor is out, isn't she?
you know what? You should go to the United Nations, because you would make a fine diplomat. You could go to the Jamaican embassy
Why?
and
Why?
register. You're
Why?
very
Because I'm such a
diplomatic. Yeah, no, say it's the way you say things. You're not easy.
yeah,
Is McGregor in? McGregor is OUT.
Yeah, man. But no, me say that.
OUTGONE.
Why I try to change it up now? And me didn't say that. And he was like, she may have a chance.
You make it sound. You ask me let's wait to see the qualify. Oh, you mean you set me up? I mean, you set up.
No, I
What do you
want to
mean?
see the
Yeah, we.
I want to see who make
But
it through.
you're not gonna see McGregor though. Were you speculating that? Let's see if McGregor. Is this what I'm
Yeah.
asking you? Are you speculating as to if McGregor has a
No, I
chance
don't
of
remember.
being
I
on the
didn't get to
list?
see her time. That's why I'm asking you. Seriously. Oh, see it coming up here now.
Yeah, go see the time. You're gonna see
Uh,
everything in one bag or something. If she's
Stephanie,
made it through, I'll be in shock, and
yeah,
I'll be
Stephanie
so
is
happy.
definitely through. Her
Hmm
51.86 is the fourth fastest time.
That's good
So
stuff.
Ball with her 51.48, and then Miller with 51.74. Then
Yeah.
Irish athlete Healy is in third. Yeah,
hmm
man. So we only had one person that didn't make it through this morning, and that is McGregor. But in the women's 400 meter, but all
But
the
she ran well. She ran. She got
yeah,
barged herself, but she
yeah,
ran through to the line. She didn't give up, didn't quit, and she acquitted
yeah,
herself as well as could be expected. It would be nice to hear from her to see what she had to say about the whole experience, but no doubt invaluable. Actually, all the travel, the preparation, mixing with fellow competitors across the world. That
yeah,
would be a valuable experience, and interestingly enough as well, because I've got the Jamaicans down as potential 4x4. They've only brought the women's team, no men's 4x4, as far as I understand. It's only a women's
yeah,
4x4 represented. And I've got Jamaica down, back to those medals expectations. I've got them down as one of the potential medalists. The Poles will be
yeah,
strong. The Americans are not as strong as I thought they would be.
yeah,
And I think Jamaica, Stephanie McPherson, they've got Janelle Bromfield as a reserve or part of the relay team.
mm,
I think that they've got a chance as they're interviewing the British contender. I think she's got an outside chance of making the final.
yeah,
It's going to get hotter as the event goes on. But Jamaica's 4x4, who is always strong, pretty strong. They
yeah,
always try to represent. They've got a chance, I think, of medaling. And seeing the quality of those on show, I will
yeah,
stick by that. That would be one of my 8 uh, shouts. Yeah. What do
yeah.
you think?
In terms of the 4x400 relay,
And the
yeah, I
Jamaican
think.
team, would you
Oh,
think
of the
that
team.
would be? Yeah.
I think so far what the way we have looked at it, I think me and you are looking at medal counts. We're probably similar in where we're thinking, and we're probably similar where we're thinking they're going to be coming from.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
yeah, I think there's always a chance in a 4x4 relay for the women. Um, but like I said, the only problem I have with making predictions is because I'm not as familiar with the indoor setup and the strong indoor teams. Like I said, it seems that the indoor athletics is very strong in Europe. And to how I've seen some of these European competitors come out early this morning, the Dutch ladies were very impressive.
They'd be one of
Um,
the
yeah,
striking favorites for the 4x4. In fact, the
yeah,
Dutch, the
yeah,
Poles, and and Jamaica with America,
mm,
Britain. Interesting.
mm,
Britain, if Keely Hodgkinson, who's running the 800 meters,
yeah,
and of course is the Olympic silver medalist behind Athin Mu, and ahead of Raven Rogers, who claimed the bronze in Tokyo. Keely is looking to run the relay, and I think that's a reason. There's a reason behind that because there's a sniff
yeah,
of a medal, and Keely adds Britain doesn't have the strongest in-depth 400 meters running, but they're adequate. They're adequate, and at this level
yeah,
for this event, I think with all that been in attendance, I think they do have a chance of a medal there. That's why I said
yeah,
that Jamaica and Britain are pretty similar. Maybe Britain fancy themselves of getting just a one or two more medals than Jamaica. But that relay, yes, I think the Dutch, Poles, Jamaica,
mm,
Britain, and America, maybe in that kind of order, is the
yeah,
ones to look out for. So
yeah,
interesting to see those 400-meter heats. That's
yeah,
cleared up some questions that I had in my mind.
yeah. My question now: would you consider Brianna a medal contender at this point after her showing this morning?
Without question or hesitation. without
Okay.
wait, hey, you say yes, 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 you see, Freeman, people, I gotta make apply for this, man. Hit the like button, hit the like and subscribe button, just for the fact that this man is coming on screen and as cool and collected as the man is, he has a wicked sense of humor, and for that, the ability to make a man laugh, me have to say respect. Hit the like button, people. This man
Yeah,
have me
man.
on toast for this Brianna Williams business, you know. You see him say simple like that, so yeah, hey,
Mm.
hey.
No, I think she's a contender. It's not a guaranteed medal. I think it's a very competitive field, but she is definitely a contender this morning
Definitely,
based off of
definitely.
where
Look
she is.
really good.
Can see that she went back and she and Otto did the work.
Look
You know
good.
what I
Look
mean?
good. Yeah, man. I think
Look
that's
good.
a really good combination here. And she's been around long enough to arrive at this championship,
Yeah,
ready to make a breakthrough on the world scene and stamp her own mark. Of course, she's an
yeah,
Olympic champion in the relay, but that's of course alongside the likes of Sharika and Shelley and
yeah,
Elian and similar to Daryl Nita
yeah,
in some respect. Daryl Nita, for Britain, she's looking to make her name and stamp her mark as an individual uh, competitor. And of course, athletics is ultimately
mhm,
an individual event. So
yeah,
Brianna staked her claim strongly. Daryl Nita ran well. She's going to have to keep running well to feature in the medal hunt. And
yeah,
Shirika, we think that there's more to come, but again, we know and we should give full respect to her because she's coming from the 400 meters.
100, yeah,
She's stepped down to come here. This is part of
all
her
the way down to
development.
60.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
this is part of her development. So anything that
yeah,
she gets out of this, anywhere close to a personal best, that will represent good progress. And you get the impression that she's a winner. She's a
yeah,
winner, and she likes to make sure she's on the podium and in the mix. So this is a case and an opportunity for her to develop as an individual, as a human being, and as an athlete, because she may be processing somewhere in her head, I'm going to run the best I can, but that
yeah,
may mean I barely make a final. I may
yeah,
not end up on the podium, and she doesn't like to just give people a victory. So this is going to be a new experience for her, in terms of her development, building up her speed, from
yeah,
the on your marks, get set, go,
yeah.
but being prepared to
And she
potentially
didn't look too bad
experience
this morning.
defeat.
The race wasn't necessarily fast, but
But very competitive with Nita.
yeah,
I think that was with Daryl Nita. So
yeah, she
you
and
know,
Nita went down to the line,
in
and they've been
indeed,
running around the same time.
right,
Yeah,
right,
and
right,
that time that they put in again was around the time that they usually run. So
exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. So since we have finished with our allotment of athletes, we have some longer distance races coming up. We have the 1500, the most of the 3000 and stuff like that coming up. So we're going to take a break and return for the afternoon session. It's early morning now, so I'm going to have my breakfast, boss. Going
Full
to ask
respect.
everybody.
You deserve
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. I'm going to ask everybody for like up the live. We've been here since what, minutes to 5,
Yeah,
and
man.
we will
Beg
be
you.
back in the
Respect.
afternoon for the afternoon sessions because we have the 60 meters semis and finals today, and we'll have some more events coming up in the afternoon. So thanks for joining, Richard.
Oh, my pleasure. My
Guys,
pleasure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks for joining us so early in the morning. I realize it's early, and I expect to see more of you guys later on in the afternoon. All right.
Yeah, man. Come back and share and let's follow this the events in Serbia, World Indoor Championships, Jamaica being represented, and there's some fine quality athletes, and there's going to be some fine competition,
Yeah,
which is fantastic. So we don't know who's going to win, but we know that it's going to be exciting, and we want you to be there and part of it. Hit the like and join us later. Peter Martin, full respect. What is that?
yeah.
Svoboda third. Wonderful. You've left it there. You left it there, sir. Full respect to
All right,
your braggadociousness. Respect, sir. And
all
respect
right.
again,
Bless.
Primo.
Yeah.